Hello Pisces, this is going to be a love and relationship reading for you using this tarot deck. I'm going to channel some guidance and information for the theme of love and relationships in your life, Pisces, however that sounds to you right now. So it could be some messages coming through for you and the person that you're dealing with now. Might sound like something that resonates to you from a relationship from the past. And there will be messages in here if you're single, Pisces, and looking for love. Let's see what the Pisces peeps need to know about for love and relationships. Let's look at these cards together, Pisces, and see what's coming out. Okay. I will show you these cards. Let's look at them together and we'll pull more cards when we need to clarify. So, middle of the reading, 10 of Wands. Okay. With the 8 of Wands, with the 6 of Wands, a lot of action and energy needed on your part, Pisces. The Magician, the 5 of Cups in reverse in the past, leading into the Hermit. Then we've got some advice of the 4 of Swords, 2 of Cups in your environment, which is really nice, some love there. The person you're dealing with is very much open to you at the moment. The Knight of Wands in reverse, and finally then the King of Wands in reverse. If you're dealing with the fire sign at the moment, Pisces, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, things are quite explosive with them in their life and things are shifting quickly for them, moving quickly for them. That could be what's coming up for you. Tower moment could have happened for you, Pisces, in your relationship. Even if you're not dealing with the fire sign necessarily, this tower moment could have looked like a big argument that happened in your relationship. Something shook the foundations of that relationship. Did you go flying out the window? I really hope not. I hope it wasn't as extreme as that, Pisces, but this could be what you felt like, wow, that shattered us, that really like came out of nowhere and it took us by surprise. Could be something like that. And if it did, Pisces, there was an energy of that being the straw that broke the camel's back in a sense. 10 of Wands is this loading on of one more nag, one more complaint, one more argument, one more hassle, one more incident of mistrust or whatever it may be. You're like, I can't take much more of this. I really can't. And then I do believe something happened. And if we aren't always willing to ourselves, make this happen. The Magician is our own will to do something. So if we're not going to be the ones that makes moves on something and actually facilitates the changing of something or the direction something is going to go by our own accord, sometimes this is Mars energy. Sometimes Mars can be quite provocative. Sometimes the energy of the Tower, the universe can send something in, external or internal, a shift that kind of creates some sort of a tension building that eventually this tension will collapse, okay, or overflow. And if you're not going to take the effort to do that or make that happen yourself to test the foundations of this relationship, oh well, sometimes the universe has a nice way of showing up to just test those foundations. Are they stable? Will this tower fall when the shit hits the fan or when we are presented with something in our life that feels like a loss? It could be even grief. It could be mourning. It might not be as serious as that, but sometimes in relationships we are tested. Either we test or the other brings tests in when they are in turn tested in their own life, and that can feed into the relationship. Of course, it's a relationship, and part and parcel of that is kind of being able to show up and hold space for the other, and this goes both ways, and I hope that that person is showing up and holding space for you too, Pisces. It looks like they are. I see the person that you're dealing with opening to you and kind of holding space for you and loving you and supporting you. But I think that there had been some sort of a issue that you've been getting over in the past, licking your wounds, so to speak, Pisces, and coming to terms with a loss or a disappointment, something that really had got you down. We do see movement on it. That's great. So 8 of Wands signifies things changing and getting better and turning a corner and moving on. And we see communication opening again. So if there had been a deadlock of communication and you hadn't been having the talks you needed or understanding each other, 8 of Wands does tell me that there's progression on that. And the only way through, so it's like, what's the only way over the mountain is through it, or something like that. Instead of going over the mountain, you can go through it. So what does that mean? Is there an easier way to get to your destination? Is there an easier way for you to solve this problem, to kind of recuperate from the tower moment? Is there a way that you're letting something is building, And this is the going over the mountain. Eight of Wands is like, no, we just cut through the center, we'll get there in no time, we'll just zoom on by. Okay, so think of that analogy in terms of your relationship, and I feel like that's where you're going to be headed towards success if you kind of can just figure out an easier way to do something less burdensome on the other person, less burdensome on yourself and your relationship. This is basically saying that there is a more easy way to push things forward. Four of Swords is thinking, oh, just consider things, give things, sleep on things before making a decision. Rest. It looks like you're actually totally burned out, Pisces. In love, you're just burned out in this relationship. All the arguing, all the fighting, maybe. In life, you're just burned out with so much stuff piled on top of you. Okay, sleep on it. We're going to pull some more cards to really see what these messages might be talking about in particular. Tower, we'll leave that out for reference, but I'm going to pull now from another deck, the Wild Unknown, and I want to pull some more cards to get further clarity on these messages. So the major arcana cards that are coming up in this reading for you, Pisces, today are the Tower, the Magician, the Hermit, and that is it. Magician, the Tower, the Hermit. These are the things that we are kind of ready energetically to face as more of soul growth and evolution here in terms of our relationship, what we're learning from our relationship, what we're learning about ourselves from the other person, what's coming up that can't be avoided right now. Well, the Tower couldn't be avoided. Unfortunately, this argument or this blow up or something that came out of nowhere, that couldn't have been avoided. It was the time for that to happen. It was the time perhaps to test the foundations of the relationship, or energetically there was time to see how you would deal with this and what came to the surface. Energetically, there was a time awarded to you, there was a period where you were to become aware, Pisces, that you actually had everything you needed to, you had everything in your arsenal tool-wise for you to navigate this relationship, maybe even to avoid this, but hey, you didn't. We don't always make the choices that are in highest and best for us, Pisces. The Magician was just saying you actually had everything you needed. It didn't have to be this way. It certainly doesn't have to be so toilsome going over the mountain. We can go through it. We probably have a tool here. One of these tools on the Magician's altar probably would be able to provide a way to cut through that mountain. Let's see, but you kind of missed out on that opportunity, I'm seeing, Pisces. Let's look at the Tower, let's look at the Magician, these two major energies coming through in the reading. What have we got to say about those? What else? What else? What else? The Wheel of Fortune and the Star. So two more major arcana cards coming out with this. Would you look at that? So now we have all of our majors here lined up. This was major. This was a big deal. It actually turned out better than you thought, okay? So the Tower, it mightn't have been so ugly. It might have just been shocking or unsettling or loosening up, even liberating maybe, Pisces. And things started to turn in an advantageous way, in an upswing. Wheel of Fortune, things started moving in the best direction possible. The Star couldn't really, so whatever happened, Pisces, it's like almost like it happened, it was kind of felt crap and unsettling when it happened, and you're still reeling from it and the tiredness from it, but for some reason it was meant to be, and it's kind of moving you to the next phase of your relationship, or if it's just moving you to the next stage in life, whatever this unsettling incident was. Some of you could look back and say, I actually got something I really wanted out of that, or that was a dream come true. How funny does that sound? But something about these cards is making me think that this was more advantageous than you originally thought it was going to be. Okay, let's clear up this center. Okay, so 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands. I'm hearing this message, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. And I'm hearing this message, you can go through the mountain rather than climbing over it. So let's see what messages are coming through then around that. The Emperor and the Empress. Ooh, I love it. So this is an extremely beautiful, strong couple. These are the major arcana couples. So we're talking about soulmates. We're talking about people that are meant to be together in this relationship. Powerful, strong, mother of mothers, father of fathers in the tarot. Beautiful, beautiful, strong energy. Okay, so you can basically, this is the energy of the Empress and the Emperors. You can conquer anything together. You can make anything you want together with these two polarizing but very compatible energies. Okay, you can bring anything to growth. You can, I think, children are possible, marriage is possible in this relationship. But there's an easier way to go about getting your end results, and it tells me that you guys you'll stay on top of anything. Really beautiful. Emperor and the Empress. Ah, I love that. Okay, let's see. Moving on. The Hermit. Pisces is entering a period of reflection around an issue in their relationship. They're almost shining a light on something in the relationship, examining it and learning from it. What is that? I see, Pisces, some of you are researching something that you want to do with your person. 10 of Cups, beautiful. This is actually Mars and Pisces, so we have more Piscean energy coming through here with this radiating light and happiness of some balance being struck and harmony being achieved, and the frequency and the light and the love that's coming from all of these cups now is generated through this relationship. It's felt by everybody around you. Really, really beautiful. I love to see that. So you're thinking about what makes you happy. For some, you're thinking of how you can invite children into your relationship, how you can invite a work-life balance that suits your relationship better. For some of you, you are researching doing something very creative or artistic with your person or for your person. Let's see. Let me just pull a card to clear up these Knight of Wands and the King of Wands in reversal energy. There's just some sort of a fear and worry here about a narcissist in the relationship or a narcissist in your life. Are you worried that your person is heading to success too quickly, that they may lose the run of themselves? I think that's just a fear, Pisces. Judgment card and the Mother of Swords. Yeah, you have a tendency to maybe be too harsh on this person, or this person has a tendency to be too harsh with your aspirations and goals and dreams, and one of you are cutting the other person back down to reality a little bit too harshly. Typically it's a Pisces that doesn't really like the harsh reality sometimes, but for some reason I'm seeing that it could actually be you that is kind of like saying like, no, that won't be possible, a bit more pessimistically. Judgment card and the King of Wands in reverse. If you're dealing with somebody who seems to be really testing you in terms of like their vanity even, or in terms of they're kind of seeming very egotistical and narcissistic at the moment, I do think that that's probably true, that you are kind of being asked to look at this trait, if it's in yourself or if it's in another, and transform through it and ascend above it. And that's kind of what's coming through around those issues at the moment for me, Pisces. But all in all, very strong coupling here. It looks like you do have a journey ahead of you to overcome and to kind of get to the next phase of success. Happiness is here for you, Pisces. 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Lord of Love. Your person is wide open to go on this journey with you, Pisces, okay? That is going to be love and relationships for you. I will be back with a monthly forecast for May 2021 already next week for Pisces on my YouTube. So until then, I will see you again.